We all know that setting a long-term goal for our company is very important, but not all long-term goals are the same. In this video, we're going to talk about the 4 distinct types so you could choose exactly what's the best for you and your company. Hi, I'm Daniel Marcos. I'm CEO of the Growth Institute, and I've been mentoring and coaching CEOs for many years to set long-term goals. And whenever they come, I said, hey, I have a long-term goal. I said, great, which type of long-term goal? And they look at me like, what do you mean which type? It's just a long-term goal. No. So there's 4 really distinct long-term goals that I'm going to be detailing in this video so you can really understand which are the 4 types and decide which is the best type for you and your company to be able to have a big alignment or a long-term alignment for many years. Let's get into the 4 types. Why a long-term goal is so important. And the companies that are really dominating the industry, putting a dent in the industry, they're not talking about the short-term 3 months, 6 months, a year. They're really talking about 10, 20, 50-year goals that they understand how the industry is going to look in the next 20, 30, 50 years. And they have a goal that really aligns to what's going to happen in the industry in the long term. For me, the best example is Microsoft BHAG or long-term goal. And Bill Gates told us whenever there were just 4 or 5 computers in the world, Microsoft said in the next 30, 50 years, there's going to be a computer in every desk, and they're all going to run with Microsoft. And by the way, interestingly, when Bill Gates said that, the CEO of IBM said, guys, no, there's just 4 or 5 computers in the world today, and there's no space for having a computer in every desk. But Bill Gates knew how the world was going to look in the next 30 years, and not IBM. And that's why today, Microsoft is worth more than $2 trillion of valuation, and IBM is not even in the top 20 or 30 companies in the world. So having a long-term goal will help you and your team be focused on accomplishing something really big and be focused on doing it today, next week, next month. And usually if you're focused for many years in just one thing and you understand how the industry is going to look in the next 10, 20, 30 years, you're going to be able to dominate the industry and of course be able to scale your company. So now let's get deep into understanding the 4 types of BHAGs, big, hairy, audacious goals, so you understand which one is best for you and you could apply it for your company. So the first type of BHAG or long-term goal is what we call a target-oriented goal. And this goal sets a clear, defined quantitative or qualitative goal. As an example, Walmart had a goal to become a $125 billion company by year 2000. And by the way, I am not a big fan of this goal. I think this is a very internal goal, not an external goal. The best goals are more external on how much impact you're going to add in the world. And we'll have another video about that. The second type of BHAG or long-term goal is what we call a competitive goal. And usually companies have a common enemy and their BHAG is directly targeted to that BHAG. For example, Nike. When Nike started, they had a goal to crush Adidas. If you really understand Nike is a competitive company. So they put a very competitive long-term objective. When Nike was growing up or was scaling up, their biggest company in the world in apparel for sports was Adidas in Europe. And Nike said, my goal, my long-term dream is to crush Adidas. And today, Nike is 2 or 3 times bigger than Adidas. The third type of BHAG or long-term goal is what we call a role model. You have to mimic the traits of another successful company outside of your immediate industry or competition. For example, Giro, the helmet company, their BHAG is to become the Nike of the cycling industry. Giro knows that Nike is the dominant of the apparel industry, and for them, they want to be the dominant of the cycling industry. So they got a really big company that everyone understands who they are and how dominant they are in the industry, and they brought it to a niche of the industry, and now they're dominating that niche. The fourth type of BHAG or long-term goal is what we call an internal transformation. And the objective of this goal is to transform your company in something that you really want. As an example, Rockwell, their BHAG is to transform this company from a defense contractor into the best diversified high technology company in the world. As an example, Intel had the same BHAG. Intel used to be the dominant on the memory chip, and now they want to go into the processors chips. So they went a huge transition from being on the memory industry to the processing industry. And that's why in all the Microsoft companies back in the days, you used to say Intel inside. And that was part of the alliance of Microsoft and Intel to dominate the industry of the chip processing and computers on the world. There you have it. These are the 4 types of BHAGs. And if you want to learn more about BHAG, how to build your own BHAG, and what other examples of BHAGs like this are, please go below. There's an article at Growth Institute that we detail a lot more on how to build your BHAG, the types of the BHAGs, and give you way more examples so you can really choose what's the best for you and be able to build the best BHAG for you and your company so you could scale your company and dominate your industry. Now it's time for you to share your BHAG or your long-term goal with us. Please write on the comment below what BHAG do you have, what type of BHAG do you have, and how are you planning to impact the world. And remember, the only way to grow your company is first to figure out how to impact the world, how to add value to the world. And the more value you add to the world, the more value the world is going to bring you back. And that's the way you scale your company. Thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you liked it. Please put like on the video, subscribe to the channel. We would love to be able to provide more of these videos and this content to more leaders, entrepreneurs like you, to be able to scale your company and reduce the drama. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye.